Good evening, family, and welcome back to another edition of Maddie's Rap. I'm your host, the multiple award-winning author, Matt D. Talford, author of two pretty amazing and powerful books that I will tell you about at the end of this video. Now, for those of you who have been following me for a while, watching my channel, subscribers, thank you so much. You know that I typically start out with a lot more joviality than I have tonight. And I typically will overlay some upbeat music in the beginning and throughout the video, actually. But tonight, I want to skip all of that because what we're discussing tonight is very serious. It's very serious. So again, welcome back to the channel if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new, stick around. I hope you like this video. I hope this video serves you and assists you in achieving your highest and best life, your highest and best self, your highest and best existence in this time frame. Now, let me get right on to it, because if you've seen the title, you know this is a pretty serious matter here. How to defuse sorcery. Now, I'm thinking back to the content that I've published since I began Maddie's Rap back in 2019, and I don't think I've ever done a video like this. But I was on pardon the red eyes. I was driving for hours today, just traveling, and sometimes when I drive in the heat, in the sunlight or whatever, my eyes get red because I don't always wear sunglasses. So sometimes I want that light to hit my eyes or whatever, sunlight to hit my eyes. But anyway, so if my eyes are a little red in this video, I apologize for that. Now, let me get on back to the subject matter, sorcery. And again, this is not a typical video for me, but when the Spirit of the Most High gives you a download and says, go in and publish this right now, don't wait till tomorrow, you pass home. You pass home and you go into the office and you do what the Spirit of the Most High, or the Spirit of Truth, as I like to call him, directs you to do. So, sorcery, how to diffuse it. How do we diffuse sorcery? If the Most High is giving me this message to share with you all, it is because, one, somebody needs to hear it, and two, if you look at what's going on, especially the mainstream media, there's far too much sorcery in the world. And if those of you who are spiritual and spiritually in tuned, you know that Mother Earth is raising her vibrations and raising her vibrational frequency. And as a part of that is purging out the darkness. So all of this is nothing more than part of the process of raising the vibrational frequency of a planet, a realm that has been low vibrational for a little bit too long. All right, so let's move on. How do we diffuse sorcery, Matt? First of all, what does it mean to diffuse something? Defuse. D is a way, typically it's a prefix that means a way, and fuse, what is a fuse? A fuse is the ignition source for an explosive, a bomb, a stick of dynamite, whatever. All right, so if we're defusing something, we're removing the fuse. If you remove the fuse from a stick of dynamite, if you remove the fuse from a bomb, it is pretty much inert at that point. It cannot harm a soul. It cannot harm a fly. It cannot harm an ant. So tonight, we're going to learn how to defuse sorcery. All right? And I'm skipping, normally I'll do a pause or something. I'm going to go right through this, family, all right? Because somebody needs to hear this. We're going to remove the fuse from sorcery so that it can no longer harm you in your life, you watching this, all right? And if by chance you're somebody that is out there doing the sorcery, you better take heed. You better take heed, because Proverbs 26 and, geez, it's been a long day. Let me double check that real quick. I have this memorized, but tonight, I believe it's 26 and 27 or 26 and 28. Let me look. Proverbs 26 and 27. Whoso diggeth the pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth the stone, it will return upon him. That's a universal law. That's a universal law. It's going to happen every time. If you dig in a pit for somebody else, all right, especially one of the chosen ones, especially one of the righteous, especially one of the set apart, you're going to fall in that pit. I got a link to a video in the description box below that I did talking about the return of the light, okay? Return of the light. And it spotlights Proverbs 26 and 27 and tells you how them that dig pits end up falling in it, okay? It tells you how. That's why it's a universal law. It's going to tell you how that works. So check that video out when you get a chance. Anyway, I'm not dealing with y'all. If you one of them that's doing it, just go ahead and turn away from this channel because it's probably going to hurt your eyes or your ears, all right? Which are your spiritual channels? We'll talk about that in a minute. How are we going to diffuse sorcery? First of all, what is sorcery? Sorcery is magic, all right? It's the use of magic, all right? It is the use of typically dark magic. And I'll put the description or I'll put the definition of sorcery on the screen for you all, okay? Sorcery is pretty much the employment of magic. Now, when we think magic, we think the use of illusions, all right? The use of illusions, the use of spells. What are spells? Words. What is this magic? What is this sorcery designed to do? It is designed to create a desired outcome by the person who is employing it. Okay, it is created. It is used to create a desired outcome. Now we're gonna learn how to defuse this thing here tonight. All right, let me turn my phone off because I don't want any distractions. So let me go ahead and turn this off right now. Let's put it in airplane mode because I want to get through this and I don't want to hold you guys too long. Sorcery, the use of magic, especially black magic, all right? Very simple. I already described it. Now, magic, we know, is the use of words and illusions to get you to believe something, all right? But you got to understand something, and this is key. I want you to stop and write this down. An illusion is something that appears real, but it's not real, all right? It's not real. Now, a lot of us have heard this, the acronym FEAR. We've heard it in church. We've heard it in layman's terms. Fear, false evidence appearing real, or false evidence appearing as real, all right? It's an illusion, a trick. An illusion is something that is really not there, but it is designed to get you to believe it's there. And there's a very critical reason why. How does sorcery work? How does sorcery work? And I didn't give you guys a playbook. Let me run it down real quick. Talking about diffusing sorcery. What does it mean to diffuse? We did that already. We covered that. What is sorcery? We covered that. How sorcery works, we're about to hit that right now. And then how do we diffuse it? Those 4 things. And we're going to get off this video. So we're already on number 3. How does sorcery work? Sorcery is the employment of magic, illusion, words. Illusion, what is an illusion? Illusion is something that you see. And illusion is, it affects the eyes. Spells or words affect the ears, okay? In my book, From Fear to Faith, A Survivor Story, and this video isn't about that, but I'm going to plug the book because I put this in there. You have 2 spiritual channels into your body, all right? 2. Some might argue a third being smell, but we're not going to deal with that. We're dealing with the ones that are connected to, and smell is technically one if you're talking about this, but your spiritual channels are your eyes, what you see, and your ears, what you hear. We know that things begin in spirit and they eventually manifest in the physical. So this is how sorcery works. This is what it is designed to do. It is designed to show you something or designed to tell or get you to hear something that is spirit, because words are spirit and things that we see. You can't, a spirit is simple. Physical is things that you can touch. Spirit is things that cannot be touched, but they can be experienced, okay? They can be felt. You can't see the wind, but you can feel it. But that's still kind of physical because you're feeling it on your skin. I'm talking about you cannot feel something that you see. You cannot technically feel something that you hear. It enters in, all right? Let's talk about the chakras for a second. Let's talk about the energy zones, all right? I'm skipping around my notes a little bit. I'm going to come back to it, but I'm flowing. I'm flowing with the spirit. I'm letting the spirit lead me. Your eyes and your ears are connected to your third chakra energies. Your third eye energy zone, which is your 6th chakra. Your eyes and your ears are connected to your third eye chakra, which is your 6th chakra, okay? A chakra is just an energy zone in your body. You have 7 of them. The root, the sacral, and I've covered this ad nauseum in a lot of my videos, but I'll run them down real quick. Root chakra 1, sacral chakra 2, solar plexus, chakra 3, heart, chakra 4, throat, chakra 5, third eye, chakra 6, and crown, which sits above the crown of your head, is chakra 7. All right? Chakras 1, 3, and 5 are masculine. All right? And chakras 2, 4, and 6 are feminine. Now watch this. Your feminine chakras are the ones we're talking about, okay, in this video. But right now we're talking about the third eye chakra, which is a feminine chakra. It's a feminine energy zone. Everybody has it. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. What is that? Your third eye chakra deals with perception. What do you perceive? What you perceive are things that you see and things that you hear, okay? Very simple, very simple. I won't deal with the other chakras. I may touch chakra 5. I'm definitely going to touch chakra 4, but I may touch chakra 5 in this video. So now why is it important to know that? It is an energy zone that pretty much your perception, things that you see and things that you hear, then affect your heart. It goes down. It goes down into your heart chakra. So we got the crown. The crown is where you get information from the ether. You get information and inspiration from the ether, from source, from God, from the divine, okay, from the angelic realms. They communicate via your crown chakra, and they pretty much can come down through your third eye chakra and then your heart. Sometimes they speak directly to your heart. Your heart, as taught by many energy teachers and spiritual teachers, is your most powerful chakra zone. Typically, some people and everybody. Let me step that back. Let me walk that back. Not everybody's most powerful chakra zone is their heart. Some people it's their perception, third eye. Some people it's their root. It's that masculine strength. Some people it's their voice. That's the fifth chakra. That's masculine, and that's a spiritual zone too. I'll deal with that, another time. But that's spiritual too. So your masculine energy zones, really, 2 of them are physical and 1 is spiritual. That spiritual is your throat because you speak words. It's your speech, all right? And that's words of spirit, all right? You can't touch words, okay? So getting back to this, I know I'm spending a little bit of time on this, but I want you guys to get this. Sorcery affects it affects things that you see, or it works through illusion, okay? Illusion and words. Spells are things that you hear. Illusion are things that you see. So now the question next becomes, and I want you guys to get this because some of you are fast and you're already seeing where I'm going. The question I would present to you right now is, now that we know what sorcery is, it's the use of magic, okay? Typically dark magic, almost always dark magic. You never hear anybody say a good sorcerer, right? Anyway, so it's sorcery, black magic, synonymous, all right? Illusions and words, all right? The next question I have for you is this. Is sorcery does it emanate from does it emanate or does it affect you from the external, or does it affect you from the internal? Now, if you said it affects you from the external, that's actually not wrong. It begins externally. It typically begins externally because there's typically a third party, all right? There's typically a third party when it comes to sorcery and where it starts from. Remember, it affects things that you see and things that you hear, all right? If you're seeing something, it's coming from an outside source. If you're hearing something, it's typically coming from an outside source, okay? So, the source may be external, but it affects you internally. It affects you internally, all right? Sorcery works on your internal. How does it work on your internal, Matt? I'm glad you asked. Sorcery needs you for it to be effective. Now we're getting into the meat now. Now we're getting into the meat, all right? I've given you guys like 14 minutes of setup. Now we're getting to the meat. Sorcery needs you to work. See, some of you already kind of are skipping ahead to the end, and wait a minute, if it needs me to work, then I can defeat it easily. That's right. That's right. Sorcery requires you to work. You know how? Here's how it works. Sorcery works because its goal is to get you to believe in the illusion or the spell, the words. All right? So, the sorcery use lies or truth. It's typically going to present a lie to you because remember, the magic is the use of something that is not real, and its goal is to get you to believe that is real. Because guess what? If you believe that what you are looking at is real, it is going to have eventually a physical effect on you. It's a spirit. Once you believe in it, that is spiritual, but we know that things that are spiritual eventually manifest in the physical. So now this sorcerer has gotten you to move a certain way based on getting you to believe in an illusion, or an illusion which is a false image, or a spell, which are false words, okay? False words, words that are not truth. This is how this thing works. But it needs you. You are the spark. Because once you believe in it, then you start to move based upon the intent of the origin of the sorcery. You know what? I'm going to get this person to do this. Let me tell him this. Or I'm going to get these people to feel this certain way. Let me show them this. That is sorcery. We see it all the time on television. We see it in advertising. Check this out. Now, see, because I know it when I hear it or see it, I'm able to deflect it. I'm able to deflect it energetically by not accepting it. Watch this, all right? I had to drive about 2 hours out of town, 2 hours away from home today to handle some business, all right? I had to drive about 2 hours away from home, okay? Now, it was a meeting I had to go to. I had to go meet with some clients. Some of you wonder, well, what kind of business are you talking about? I don't have to tell you my business. That ain't what I do, all right? All right? But for work, I had to leave for 2 hours away from home to meet some clients, all right? Now, in meeting these clients, on my way back from home, and one of the things I like to do, one of my ways I relax is I like to, just get off by myself and spend time alone and just do self-care. And one of the things I do when I'm driving is I'll listen to lengthy YouTube videos, okay? Videos that I typically may not look, because I got so many of them, I can't watch them all in a 24-hour day. So I'll queue them up because I know eventually I'm going to take a drive while I'm in the car by myself and I get to listen to my videos. So, you know that YouTube videos now are chock full of ads. Let me tell you something. Every single ad that played in every video I listened to for about an hour was an ad about getting into a car accident. And I'm driving. Now, what is that but sorcery? So I'm here to tell y'all sometimes this AI is, they got the AI casting spells now. And I'm not doing this to scare you guys. I'm doing this to empower you, and you'll see this at the end, okay? I'm driving in my car, and every single ad I hear is about a car accident. One person says he was injured in a car accident, and he tells you how bad it was. And then here comes an attorney saying, were you injured in a car accident? And all I kept hearing these ads was car accident, car accident, car accident. And I'm letting it count down because it's going to make you listen to 5 seconds of it before you get to the skip button. So I'm skipping all of them. Minutes go by in the video. The next ad pops up. It's another one. So by a stroke of divine intervention, the YouTube app shut down. All right. So I restarted it to go back to my video. Once I restarted it, those ads were gone. All right. It was just some other regular stuff about, products or whatever, products and services. All those ads were gone. So that was, but pay attention to what happened. I deflected each one of those. I rejected and deflected each one of those ads that came in about the car accident. I was like, I see what's going on. Listen, I'm divinely protected. All right. There's no way I'm not getting in no accident. All right. I'm not even thinking accident. I hear you, but I'm not even thinking it. I'm thinking, what am I going to eat for dinner when I get home? Do I feel like cooking something heavy tonight, or do I just want soup? That's what I was thinking about. So each time that came up, I heard it, I deflected it, because I'm not going to let that seed plant. All right. And I'm going to talk about how that works once I get down in here when we talk about the resolution. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Pay close attention to the words that are playing in the background when you're just about your everyday business. Pay attention. Pay attention to what you're looking at. Pay attention to the stuff if you're watching a television show, television program, they talk about things that are subliminal all the time. Pay attention to the imagery that's in the background. Don't just focus on what's in the foreground or the forefront of the camera shot. Pay attention to the stuff that's in the background, because that stuff plants seeds too, because your eyes see it. You're not looking at it directly, but you see it in your peripheral. I'm not looking at it directly. I'm looking at this camera, but I see this bottle of water. I reached and grabbed that bottle of water without even looking at it. Why? Because I see it in my peripheral. Boom, I'm going to do it again. I'm not looking at this microphone, but I just put my hand on top of the crown of it, all right? I'm not looking at this pen right here, but I got it. So you see things in your peripheral, so you got to watch what you're seeing and what you're hearing. I know I took you guys all the way around the block to get you to the house next door, but I wanted you to pay attention because we're talking about sorcery and how it works. So sorcery requires you for it to deliver its payload. All right. Payload meaning what was it intended to do. It cannot work without you. Now watch this. The opposite of that is faith. Faith works the same way. You believe in it, you believe something positive is going to happen for you, and it manifests. Why? Because you believe it. Well, sorcery understands how that works. Sorcerers understand that mechanism, so they use illusions, things that are not real, to get you to move a certain way. If someone can trick you into thinking it's raining when it's 90 degrees and sunny outside with not a cloud in the sky and everybody's out in shorts and sweating and patting, but you out here walking with an umbrella and somebody says, hey man, yeah, that's smart to block the sun off you. And you, huh? What sun? Man, it's raining cats and dogs. Why are y'all out here without an umbrella? And everybody looking at you like you're crazy. That's that's an extreme example, but that's pretty much how that works. Somebody got you to believe that it's raining when it's hot outside and sunny with no clouds. All right. So sorcery requires you to work. All right. It uses your spiritual channels, your eyes and your ears. All right. Which chakra energy zones does it affect? It affects your third eye chakra, which is your sixth chakra. But then it moves from the sixth chakra onto the chakra that supports the sixth chakra, which is the heart. All right. These are your feminine energy zones. These are feminine energy zones. And, I'm not going to get into the masculine versus feminine. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. You got 3 masculine energy zones and 3 feminine energy zones. We just talked about it. It's just that the feminine energy zones are more powerful in women and the masculine energy zones are more powerful in men. That's just how it works. Okay. But everybody has all 6 of them. Okay. 3 masculine, 3 feminine. Now that we know that it enters in via the 6th chakra, which is the controller of your perception. You perceive things you see, you perceive things that you hear. What it next does is it works on your heart. Now we're getting down into the meat. We're getting into more meat now. We're getting into more meat. All right. It affects that heart. How does it affect that heart? It typically affects the heart by producing a low vibrational emotion. Emotion. Sorcery deals with emotion. Emotions come from where? The heart. Okay. Your heart is affected by what? Your third eye chakra, your perception, things that you see and things that you hear. Y'all pay attention. I wanted this video to be short, but it's more important for it to be complete. Y'all pay attention. So I do, to make things complete, I'm going to give you the material, and sometimes I support it with stories that give you examples. Okay. All right. So now we know how it works. It enters in via your 6th chakra, your third eye chakra. Okay. Things that you perceive, we perceive things we see, perceive things that we hear. It then affects the heart. It affects the heart in what way? It produces a low vibration. Pay attention to the vibrational chart that you have on the screen, because now we're going to talk about, now that we've identified what sorcery is, and we talked about what it means to defuse. We talked about what sorcery is and how it works. Now we're going to talk about how to defuse it. So how do we diffuse this sorcery? Well, now we know how it works. We know how it works. Now, once you know how something works, you can easily diffuse it. When you watch these movies where they send the bomb squad in to defuse a bomb, the police bomb squad or whatever, they're able to defuse that because that person who is a part of that bomb squad, he has knowledge of how these bombs work. So if he can get the schematics on this particular one or that particular one, oh, this is that. Once he identifies, oh, this is that type of bomb. Yeah, we learned how to defuse that in school. Boom. Once he knows how that one works, he can easily defuse it. He can easily defuse it. Once you take the fuse out of it, guess what? It can't harm a fly. It cannot harm a fly. So now that we know what sorcery is and how it works, let's talk about how we can easily diffuse it. All right. So if you are perceiving something that you see, or listening to something that somebody or something put in your ear, the next thing is to check your heart, because it enters into your third eye chakra, your 6th chakra, and moves down to your 4th chakra. All right. Sometimes it'll affect your 5th chakra, because sometimes you'll repeat what you heard or what you perceived. You'll repeat it. If you're saying it, you're furthering that spell upon yourself. So you got to be careful of the words you speak, because words are spells. You can speak life into something, or you can speak the opposite. All right. So, but typically, if you're not speaking, it will bypass that and go directly to the heart chakra. But you'll strengthen that sorcery if you start speaking on the illusion that you perceived, or the falsities that you heard. So now we're going to diffuse it. We know how it gets in. The next question is, what emotion did it evoke? Where does emotion sit? Where does it come from? It comes from your heart chakra. So how did I feel in my heart when I heard this thing? How did I feel in my heart when I saw this thing? The heart chakra never lies. People can lie to you, okay? But there are two things in the universe that never lie. Numbers don't lie, and hearts do not lie. Your heart does not lie, okay? Your heart will never lie to you. Your heart knows what it feels. Sometimes we lie to ourselves about the things that we feel in our heart because we want it to be another way. We wish it weren't that way. We want it to be another way. So we lie to ourselves sometimes. That's that fifth chakra. We're not using it right. We're not using it right. That fifth chakra, when you're operating high vibrationally in that fifth chakra, you're speaking nothing but truth. All right. When you speak lies, you're using that fifth chakra, that throat chakra, the wrong way. So anyway, the heart does not lie. That heart never lies. Think about it. A person cannot be happy about something that hurts. If something is causing them emotional pain, how are you going to be happy about something that hurts? That's how we know the heart doesn't lie, because you cannot be happy about something that hurts you. Now, on the flip side, you cannot be sad about something that makes you happy, something that makes you laugh. If someone tells you a joke and you're laughing to the point where tears are coming out of your eyes, you can't be happy and sad at the same time. Your heart emitted a happy response. So you cannot feel sad about something that is making you feel good, and you cannot be happy about something that's making you feel bad. Your heart does not lie. That's the evidence right there. So, what emotion does this thing that I perceived evoke within me? All right? Pay attention again to the emotion map, the frequency map. It is vibrational frequencies of certain emotions. Pay attention to that map that I have on the screen for you right now. All right? The midpoint or the swing point is that 200 frequency, which is courage. All right? Courage is the beginning of high vibrations. It is at the lowest, it is at the base of being high vibrational. If you're courageous, if you're displaying courage, if you have courage, if you have courage, then you are at the basement of the high vibrational realm. All right? Now, just beneath that is pride. Pride sits in the penthouse of lower vibrations. All right? But we're not talking about pride as applied to this subject matter, because pride is pretty much, that is self. That's the ego. All right. That's Proverbs 16 and 18. What does Proverbs 16 and 18 say? Proverbs 16 and 18 says, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. What does haughty mean? Haughty is arrogant. Like, let me look it up really quick. Haughty, arrogantly superior, disdainful. Let me put that on the screen for you guys here. Okay. Arrogant. You know, I'm superior to you. I'm and I ain't talking about superior in terms of sports. You know, when you, if you're a professional tennis player and you're playing against somebody who don't know how to play, you already know you're superior, but you don't have to be haughty about it. You typically, a pro player hitting with somebody who's not a pro, they're not going to say, take that, sucker. No, they're going to be like, you know what, keep working on it. You're going to get better one day. I was there at one point. You just got to learn to hit more balls. And the more balls you hit, the better you're going to get. That is the opposite of being prideful. You're being helpful, okay? That's the opposite of being haughty. You're being helpful, okay? Now, getting back into these emotions, let's look at the map again. Looking at these emotions where sorcery lives in anger, desire, fear, grief, and apathy, okay? Now, if you're down in guilt and shame, those are typically self-imposed, and they're typically based on your own past actions, all right? If you did something, and that's living in the past, if you did something that you're feeling guilty or you're feeling shameful about, then you need to forgive yourself, all right? Forgive yourself first and foremost. Now, if that thing that you're feeling guilty or shameful about was connected to some way that you wronged someone, then present a genuine apology to that person, all right? That is how you free yourself from those two lowest of the low vibrations, okay? Vibrational emotions or vibrational frequencies, guilt and shame. If it's based on something that you did to someone, all right, if you can have access to that person, then present a genuine apology, all right? And that immediately, forgive yourself first. Forgive yourself first, because if you're asking them for an apology and you forgive yourself, it doesn't even matter. Forgive yourself first and foremost. If you wrong someone, then go and present a genuine apology. If they choose to accept it, great. If they choose not to accept it, it's no longer on you, because one, you forgave yourself, and two, you You asked for their forgiveness. You presented a genuine apology and asked for their forgiveness, and they chose not to accept it. So guess what? You can exonerate yourself by simply cutting ties with that person and moving on. So if you present a genuine apology, if you're feeling guilty or shameful about something you did to someone, then present a genuine apology, genuine, heartfelt, and their heart will tell them if you're lying or if you're being genuine. So if it's a genuine, heartfelt apology, if they choose not to accept it, then they're being low vibrational, and you can cut ties and move on and say, you know what, Lord, you know what, Father, I gave it my all, and this person didn't accept my apology. So I know that I've forgiven myself, Father, and I know I'm forgiven by you. I'm going to move on with my life. That's not somebody that needs to be in your life, okay? Those are out of the way. We're not dealing with pride. We're not dealing with guilt or shame. Those are self. We're talking about sorcery. Sorcery produces feelings of apathy, feelings of grief, feelings of fear, feelings of desire, okay? If I make you desire something, if I show you an ad of a burger that I know ain't good for you, I know that burger is not good for you. I know you're going to you eat enough of those burgers, you eventually going to get sick. You're going to have digestive issues or whatever. You eat enough of this sugary snacks I'm showing you on advertising, you eventually going to have some type of physical response that is not good. I'm giving you desire, but desire can also come from sorcery too. Now, not always. And desire is considered a low frequency. It is the lack of faith. If you have faith that you're going to have something, then you're not desiring it. You're saying, you know what? And I did another video talking about manifestation. I'll put a link below and how manifestation works. But if you're manifesting something, you don't even need to desire it because you know you already have it. All right. We desire things that we don't have, or we desire things that we really don't need. Okay. All right. So desire, sorcery lives there. I can make you desire something by showing you an image or telling you some words in your ears. I can make you desire, okay? I can make you angry by telling you something. I can make you angry by telling you something that ain't even real, all right? I can stir up those emotions, all right? I can make you afraid by telling you something that's not real, okay? Or actually, sometimes we can be afraid of things that are not real, but when we understand that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind, 2 Timothy 1:7, then we can start to separate ourselves from things that make us afraid. So we know that sorcery works in those emotions. It evokes those emotions. So guess what? If we want to diffuse it, we need to take the information that we're being presented with and find out if it's an illusion, or if it's something that's not real that we're looking at, or if it's false. Are we hearing something that is not true? All right. That's how we begin to diffuse it. But we have to first look at what emotions are we feeling right now. What emotions did this particular piece of information evoke within me? All right. And then look at that map. If it evoked anything lower than courage, all right, then you got a problem. You probably have been hit with a sorcery attack. Some people call it black magic. Some people call it dark magic. All right. You probably have had an attack shot at you. OK, but guess what? We're going to diffuse it now. We're going to show you how to easily diffuse it. Hey, how do I feel after taking in this information? Man, that information I know I stopped eating that a long time ago, man, but I think I want me a You know what I mean? Or, man, I gave up drinking, man, 8 months ago, man. I gave up recreational drinking, or drinking to cover my woes, or drinking to deal with my sorrows, man. But boy, they making that drink right there, that cocktail sound good. Desire, sorcery. Why making it sound good? Making it look, man, that thing look good, man, dog. You wasn't even thinking about it before. You didn't want it before. If you wanted it before, you would have gotten it. You don't desire to see. That's the difference. There's a difference really between desire and want. Desire is you longing for something that you really cannot have. But if it's yours, you're not really longing for it. All right. If I want a cup of green tea, that's not desire, because I can just go walk over to the cabinet and get me some hot water in a mug and put that tea bag in there. So that's not desire. That's okay. I want some tea. I'm going to get it. All right. So let me move on. Figure out which emotion is evoked by what you saw and heard. If it is lower on this scale that you're looking at on the screen than courage, then it's probably sorcery. All right. It's probably sorcery. It's probably evoked anger, desire, fear, grief, or apathy. Okay. Now, apathy, man, look, I just don't know what I feel, man. Man, forget it, man. I don't even know why I'm here, man. Well, all right, man. If all this stuff happening in the world, man, then what am I even here for, man? That's apathy, okay? But again, were you feeling that way before you saw this news report, or before this person ran and told you this thing in your ear? All right, all right. So now, if you want to diffuse it, the beginning of diffusing it is mapping it. Map the emotion. If that emotion is in one of those frequency ranges that you saw, 50 apathy, 75 grief, 100 fear, 125 desire, 150 anger, then dismiss it. Dismiss it. Dismiss it. Okay? All right? All right? So, let's see. Ask yourself, is this emotion I'm feeling high vibrational or low vibrational? All right? So, the next step to diffusing it is this. If the emotion is low, if it's a low vibrational frequency, if the emotion maps to a low vibration, then all you got to do is immediately stop what you're doing and search for the truth. All right? All right? Because here's the truth. Here's the truth about the truth. The truth is a light that is far too bright to be hidden. The truth is a light that is far too bright to be hidden. All right? So once the truth is discovered, you either deal with it if you can, or deal with it if you can change the circumstances of what this thing is that you saw or heard that made you feel that type of way. When you go search for the truth, all right, and once that truth is discovered, if it is something that you can deal with, can I change these circumstances as they apply to me? Then deal with it, and then you'll be back in that high vibration. It takes courage to deal with things that make us feel low vibrational, right? So once you decide to have the courage, you've already flipped the switch into being high vibrational. You've already flipped the switch and diffused the sorcery because you said, you know what, I'm gonna have the courage to deal with this thing. Or I'm gonna have the courage to even investigate and see if it's real. That's how you stay high vibrational. And that is how you defeat sorcery. That's how you keep sorcery from having any power over you. It deflects off you. It deflects like the rain off of a windshield that's got Rain X on it. No plugging for them. I'm not plugging them. I'm just saying Rain X or any type of that stuff that, seals the windshield and makes water bounce off of it. All right. All right. So, and then of course, if you cannot change the circumstances, then, you have to accept it and move on. All right. So I'm talking about once you've discovered the truth. If you can change the circumstances as they apply to you, once you've discovered the truth, then change it. If you cannot, accept it and move on. Look at this frequency map, this emotion map on the screen again. Acceptance is a very high vibration. Acceptance is a high vibration. You know what? If I can't change it, I'm going to accept it and I'm going to move on with my life. That's high vibrational. That's how you defeat sorcery. Okay? Courage and acceptance are higher vibrations that lead to a more elevated and extended state of consciousness. That's it. Courage and acceptance are high vibrations, and they lead to a more expanded and elevated state of conscious. When you're in a high vibrational state, sorcery cannot work on you. Sorcery cannot work on you. You hear people in the health community, in the health conscious community, say, "Hey, you know what? Disease cannot affect an alkaline body, a body that is not in an acidic state. A body that's in an acidic state, typically you're going to find disease." You hear people in the health community say that all the time. All right. So they always want to know, hey, man, listen, are you eating foods that are either have a neutral pH or slightly alkaline? Now, you can't be too alkaline either. If you're too alkaline, your body's going to produce some extra acid to bring you back into balance, because everything's got to have balance when it comes to your body. But now when it comes to your emotions, the higher you can vibrate, the better. The higher you can vibrate, the better. When you're vibrating high, so you never see in the movies, you never see sorcery affect these Zen masters. They're sitting there, they're meditating. These guys are, hey, now that's TV sorcery. Real sorcery, we know, is illusions. It's magic. It's dark magic. It affects your third eye chakra. Things that you see, things that you hear. That person that's vibrating high, it's like, you know what? Boom, that bounced off. That's not true. That's not true. They know truth. Okay. They also know how to employ acceptance. Well, you know what? If that is true, I don't have the power to change it. So I don't even have to investigate to see if it's true or not. If it is true, I can't change it. So if I can't change it, I just accept that it is what it is. It ain't affecting me. I can move on. Now that sorcery doesn't work. All right? So we talked about what sorcery is. It's the use of dark magic All right. We know what magic is. Magic is the use of illusion. All right. Or spells. Spells are words. Magic is the use of illusion or spells to evoke a certain emotion, which once that emotion is evoked, or once you are feeling or once you are feeling or living in that emotion, it drives your behavior. Behaviors are driven by emotions. They really are. Behaviors are driven by emotions. If I'm happy with you, I might do a certain thing. If I'm mad at you or angry, I don't even want to talk to you, man. Anger, low, that's a low vibration. Somebody came and said, hey man, such and such said such and such about you. You mad at them because you heard somebody say that was a spell. They just did sorcery on you. No, what you should do is you should go to that person and say, hey, my understanding is that some words were spoken by you about me. Is that true? Nah, man, I ain't say that. Okay, well, you know what? Whether they're lying or not, it doesn't matter. You just dismiss, all right, well, they told me it wasn't true. I'm going to move on. Now, your intuition might tell you that they're lying, but guess what? You can accept the fact that they're lying and that what they said probably, they probably did say that thing about you. But guess what? If you know it's not true, you're like, hey, you know what? That's somebody I don't need in my circle anymore. Boom, they're gone. They're gone. And now guess what? You cannot be affected by their sorcery because you're not even in their circle anymore. So, hey, listen, whatever you say about me, I don't care. I don't care. Go find somebody else. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you today. I'm not getting in your cesspool. All right? I'm not getting in there with you. I'm done. I'm out. I'm happy. Look, neutrality. Look at the map. Neutrality. You can stay neutral on it, or you can accept it. You can accept that this person's operating in a low vibrational state and you can pray for them. You can pray for them, I'll do another video talking about how to pray for someone who's in a low vibrational state. Because typically that lower vibration is going to affect one or more of their chakra zones. This is how the Messiah did what he did. This is how this man who was in the tombs that the Bible called Legion. This is why those devils, when they saw him coming, they said, "Hey, whoa! Did you come to torment us before our time? Like, what's up?" Low vibrational energy needs to. It can only live in a low vibrational being. So guess what? If you're in a constant state of low vibrational emotions, you're inviting low vibrational energies to reside within your space. Don't do it. Don't do it. Check your emotions and raise them. Find out why they're low, deal with it, and come up. Sorcery comes from outside, but it needs you, okay? It needs you to work. So guess what? It uses your powers of manifestation. That's the last thing I'm gonna say in this, your family. This is the kicker right here. Sorcery uses your powers of manifestation to bring about a reality that's not even real, and it controls you based on a reality that you created in your own mind because you manifested it by believing in something that was not real. Stop the tape, rewind that, and play that back if you need to. I'm not gonna repeat it. I love you guys. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. I won't even talk about my books. I'm gonna get off this video right now, guys. If you want to know about what I've written, and they're high vibrational books, both of them are. If you want to know about what I've written, just click the links in the description box below, and you can actually find my books on Amazon if you want to read a brief synopsis of them. Listen, guys, I love you guys so much. The Spirit of the Most High moved me to do this video. I did not mean for God. It's 44 minutes. I didn't even think it was gonna go this long. I thought I could get this video done in 20 minutes, but I'll let the Spirit move me. So for those of you, some of you have commented and said, hey, Matt, can you do a part 1, part 2? I'll move as the Spirit directs me. The Spirit don't direct me to do a part 1 and a part 2. I do have a few part 1, part 2, part 3 videos on my website. On my YouTube channel here, but those are parts 1, 2, and 3 based on the way that the Spirit moved me. I can only move in the way that the Spirit moves me. So if these videos are too long for you guys, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I can only move as the Spirit directs me. Just know that with YouTube, you have the ability to stop watching something and then go back into your history later, and whatever video you were watching, if you're watching this video right now and you say, Matt, I only got time to watch 20 minutes of it, guess what? If you stop it at the 20-minute mark, you can leave for a week and come back. You go into your history and find that video, this video, it's going to pick up right where you left off at the 20-minute mark. So you can, in effect, do it as parts 1, 2, or however many you want, simply by just stopping the video there and picking up by going to history. So go through your history, and history always leaves off wherever you left off the last time. That's the beauty of YouTube that I love. Guys, tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You show it. Listen, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, I invite you to check out some of my other content and just hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified when I drop a new video, slide that notification bell up to all. You guys, I love you guys. Peace.